good and kosher. I think we're good
Are
to
we
go.
waiting for Megan, or is she stuck?
Megan was Megan joining? We're live now. We can.
Yours.
Yeah, let's go with it. Oh, there's Megan. Just
Yay!
Megan, as you're joining, we are already live. Just so you know, we didn't have those official little banners along the top to say you are now joining a call where it's being recorded. So I just thought I'd do that verbally for you.
And because we're live, I'll take another photo.
Welcome to those two that are in the chat room. Andrew O'Young. Andrew O'Young writes that he really liked the headband image of Lorien and thinks it should be made into a sticker. To which I replied, it should be made into one of those gym motivational posters. And John Zhang actually thought it was a fantastic week. So it's good to have a couple of people in there passing some comments. For those of you who are joining us now, this is the live wrap-up for week 2 of M365 May. My goodness, what a week it has been. And I'm looking at the conference organisers, I can see it on their faces.
We had to pick a month that had 5 weeks in it, didn't we?
Yeah. It's like
We had
punishment.
to pick an entire month.
Yeah, why not? No, but I mean,
you know
that's...
what? I think next year we'll do M365 in February.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound nice.
I think it's the impressive thing though about the event is it is a full month. I jumped on a MVP call today. It was for what was it? Humans of IT, and they were talking about empathy and what to do for your community around. And I didn't realise that my video was one of the ones showing along with the organised speakers. And that gave them a chance to say, hey, so we see that you guys are helping to put a conference together, and it was in the weekend. And I said, but no, actually, it's actually going the full month. Still going. Tune in. So I hear from the person who's been manning, womaning, looking after the social media. I don't know what the term would be there. That we're getting quite a bit of a following there, Bex.
Yeah, so our registration is through Eventbrite, so people can get access to the live videos and things, but also qualify for prizes. And we have 1,500 registrations, which is, I guess we'd never imagined a figure like that. Look at the gleeful Strand is gleeing out. It's amazing, and it's increasing. So it was 1,300 on Tuesday, it's 1,500 today.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
I know that there's definitely a good showing too of people that are coming into the sessions as well. And Megan, you've been downloading the stats because that's what we can do when we run live events. What have you been seeing there in terms of attendance?
Well, it's funny because there are people who are in so many of these sessions. I think Hal, especially you, John, you know who you are.
Yeah, John. Oh my God. Thank you for tweeting, John. I love your tweets.
And when, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm moderating a session, people now, because some of them either know us or they're getting to know us, they're actually chatting to us in the backstage while people are moderating. And they say, hi, is that Megan? Is that Lorien?
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, we're seeing a lot of familiar faces, so it's great that people are really, I guess, getting a lot out of the week and really solid numbers. So sometimes you think, how can we keep consistently getting numbers? But we do, because it's great to know that all the content is really valuable to people.
Yeah, the thing about the content too is it is a good mix of technical and human kind of topics, and I'm so glad that that's the approach that the conference took, because we look around and there's conferences everywhere and it's tech, and what's new. Well, it was the same thing that was spoken about last week, but in a different conference sometimes, and yet it's the human element that really makes it quite interesting. Okay, let's put this out there. I know that some of you have been able to glean pieces of sessions or seen whole sessions. What has been some of your favourite human moments, if I can bomb that topic on you?
I've got a few, and I have the fortunate perspective of being part of the organising team. So there was some thought around the sessions that we were selecting and how we put them together. And this week we've had not just some amazing female speakers, but just amazing content in general. So yesterday I was lucky to be the moderator for Victoria Butt's session on networking, which was completely technology agnostic, but talking about advice for people on digital networking. She had some personas around networking, which was really compelling, and I got some great tips from that session, and then followed immediately on by Elaine Van Bergen, who was talking about the corporate ladder. And when I read her session, I mean, Elaine's an amazing speaker, so I had faith that it was going to be brilliant, but she pulled together little snippets from her colleagues for advice on growing a career. And then on Monday, we had Sarah Mitchell from Brainmates, and she organises her own conference talking about women's voices in tech and how we can attract more women to speak at events, but also how women who want to do that can get out there. Followed on by Amy Holden, who was talking about PowerPoint coaching. So some really a great mix of skills there. And if you're looking to follow on demand, I highly recommend all of those sessions, which I was either moderating or watching during the week.
And I think something that you can be proud of too with this conference is there is a good balance there of men and women. So few conferences are heavily male oriented.
Yeah, when we had when the site went live in about the week before, I remember when all the speakers went up with their little pictures and I had to scroll through at the site. I was really proud. I actually looked and went, wow, there are heaps of women on this screen right now. And I thought, that's great, because it's not like we had a drive for it. It's great to see the community balancing out a bit more. And the content that a lot of people are bringing, we've got, not that we want to focus on women versus men, but we've got women who are doing great technical sessions, and that flips. We've got people like Angus or even Matt Gilbertson this week. I loved both their sessions because the guys were coming from people who have been with Office 365 for quite a long time, whether it be Yammer or OneNote or the apps, bringing it into real life and talking about how can your life be better, how can you work better, and how can things change. So I love that we're seeing people in our industry kind of transform gradually over the years into how they present content and how they connect with people, as opposed to just still delivering tech. Angus, particularly, it's funny, I delved into Angus's because I thought he's always great when he talks about Yammer, and it threw me. I thought, oh, he's not talking about Yammer today. But his session was really, really interesting, and it was really good to see him talking about something that he was really passionate about. And I agree, Elaine. I was so excited when I watched hers because she was doing some cool stuff within live events. And I mean, I'm living and breathing live events this week, work-wise and conference-wise, and to see someone not just go slides up, talk, but to have her doing some different things and showcasing a bit more about technology while she told really wonderful stories was also just great to see.
And I actually sat in on Matt's and Angus's as well, but also Craig Shivers did a session about how technology helps him as a firefighter. And what was interesting about both Craig and Angus's is that neither of them was really really connected to M365. There was like some mentions of them. That was pretty much the extent of it. But they were really good human stories about the individual. So Craig was obviously telling a lot about the fires, which for, I guess, people who are tuning in from the international audience, they didn't actually get, they saw things on the news. So here they were hearing it from somebody firsthand. But also Angus was talking about his own approach with notifications and work-life balance, and when he showed that screenshot of his phone and the icons on it, or lack thereof, I was like, wow, you've Marie Kondo'd your phone there.
It certainly looked that way. And I think that's something too for the speakers that we have had long-term relationships with and seen and known for some time. Like you said earlier, that the sessions aren't just about tech, but we're also seeing a different side to them and what they've gone through. So one of my reflections from Angus's talk was that clearly he's had to go through a lot of life changes to try and get some focus back and get into deep work, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart at the moment too.
Through me with Gus, sorry, just quickly, with his session was he actually referred to me a couple of times in it. including one with his background. And so when you're kind of producing them, you're still paying attention and listening in because there might be something you need to do, but also they're a section of interest. And so in those two particular moments where I just happened to be the ones where I drifted off, as in like was just looking at an email or something else, I was like, wait, what? Wait, why am I on the screen right now? This is his session.
That's right. There was a question here from Donald Nixon in the chat. He's asking about what sessions you're looking forward to next week. Have you got some that might be on the calendar, apart from the ones that you're producing?
For me, one that I'm actually really interested in is Tuesday morning. James, the surname, James Dello.
Yep. James Dello.
Has this session about getting back to the office, designing a post-COVID-19 workplace. And the reason why I'm really interested about that is this huge focus to work from home. And as Megan and I see, pushing out teams and helping organisations use it, what will they go back to? Will they basically, get rid of teams and, get a compactus and a filing cabinet? So that's a bit that extreme, but how we'll come back from that. There's one about the persuasion equation as well, so I'm really looking forward to these human element ones, not so much the technology ones. And there's also one about Nudge Platform, about kind of how you can, again, connect with people a bit more through the technology and move them along.
Mine's actually learning. I think this week this week coming, there's a few sessions that I'm excited about. Lynn Murnane and Helen Blunden are two that I sort of went, yep, I'll produce them. I want to watch them. I've known Lynn for a few years and never seen her speak, and she's doing 2 sessions for the next couple of weeks. But having Lynn and Helen in particular on the same day, I'm excited about because they've got such an extensive background and experience in learning as an industry, let alone Office 365. So that one I'm excited about, as well as I think some new speakers, and then some really solid ones. I mean, Monday we've got John Liu and Cameron, who, all of us on this call know really well in the Office 365 community. So Damien Margaritas as well. We've got some really experienced people, and Lisa Crosby, who all know what they do, and they're all contributing next week, which is good to see.
Definitely.
I honestly can't, next week is an absolute blur for me. I can't even think of what sessions are on, but I do, because I'm going to do a little bit of work in the morning to set things up for next week. And I'm only moderating one session, so I have the luxury of being able to have a look through and see which sessions I can either sit down and watch or at least have on in the background and not have to worry about doing the moderation piece as well. So I'm going to have a good look through and look for people I haven't seen before. There's a lot of speakers I know speaking next week, and I'd really like to get something new and different.
Yeah, one session I'm keen to see is one Debbie Ireland's doing on Planner and To Do, and with the news coming out that it's coming together as a tasks app within Teams, it's going to be interesting to hear how that what part that will play again in this new post-COVID world, if you can call it that. How we are going to be running tasks, how we're going to be managing our time, and is there going to be some kind of shift from the mentality we've had working from home to task management as we go back to the office, or is there going to be no change for some people? It'd be interesting. Well, that's a good point there to wrap it up, because we don't want to make these full-on episodes in themselves, but it's definitely a good time to reflect and say what a heck of a week. It's been amazing to see the effort gone into the production, the presentation, preparation, even just the community around the content as well. It's been really good to see that in various different places. So thank you to everyone who have been engaging throughout this conference. Continue to, the hashtag M365 May. Pause. What's my
Someone
name again?
knows the hashtag.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You know the hashtag, yeah.
I really do. It'll roll
Hashtag.
off my fingers, but I just don't say words properly now. They don't come out. And yeah, we'll see you again next week, okay? Bye for now.
Thanks, Daryl.
Bye.